Welcome back to Wallace Sandberg Stadium in Westwood for the second half between UCLA and Minnesota. 3-0 Bruins through the first 45 minutes. Castaneda, Athens, and Mace, the 3 goals for UCLA, who this team just really seems to be in sync right now.
Yeah, 10 games, all won in their last 10, and now we come in here, UCLA looking to get an 11-win streak going as we head into the third round of the NCAA tournament. If UCLA get the win here and manage to hold on to this 3-0 lead, they'll take on NC State this Sunday. And for the Golden Gophers, we haven't seen much of what they can really do. It's not like they've been completely taken out or destroyed. They just haven't been able to get past this Bruin front line to even get into the back line. So let's see how the Gophers recover, because for now UCLA are in the driver's seat.
Bruins immediately pressuring forward. There's Jessie Fleming on after it with Marissa Windingstad behind her. Some numbers from that first half. Shots were 14-0 in favor of UCLA as Nielsen has the ball here. Bruins had 8 shots on goal. Leading shot maker for UCLA, Chloe Castaneda, had 4. Viviana Villacorta had 3. Bruins had the 3 goals. Ashley Sanchez with 2 assists. Receives it back here from Fleming. Shane coming in. Slid out. And April Bakken underneath it. Bakken moving inside. Bruins have kept her at bay, but now you see her speed on display here. Lays it off for Gray. Now turning. And now here's Bakken up the left flank. Bakken and Ward won't.
Just like you said, great box-to-box midfielder just rushing back in and taking out the offense from Bakken.
Haley Mace pushing upfield. Canales able to split the defense. Passes offline of Castaneda though. And Minnesota looks to regroup. Bakken has to go back. And now Peterson. Ward settles it down, leaves it there for Fiedler. She'll push forward. Fiedler out of the outside. Now Gray.
Ramping up their offense a little bit more here. If they can keep this possession or at least stop the Bruins from getting in their half, they might have a few more opportunities. You see the replay here. Good shot from well outside the box, actually. Nice and accurate. A lesser goalkeeper maybe wouldn't have made that save.
How much do the Bruins push here in the second half? There's a nice move from Fleming. Leads Mace. She'll get to it. A long dribble. The cross. It gets to Nielsen off a deflection. Now Fleming can't quite get to it. Could not settle it down off her body. And now scrambling back to it in time is Nummerdor.
We talk about that close ball control of Ashley Sanchez. Haley Mace has almost the exact same amount of skill when tapping balls out in front of her. We saw Jessie Fleming as well try to get that shot off the rebound, but it sort of hit her knee and bounced away. Good look by the Bruins again, led by that attack from Haley Mace.
Castaneda holding here. Sheehan moves inside. A little bit of miscommunication. Fleming will not get it. Fiedler. Where it comes to Bakken. She's got some space and uses her speed. Sheehan steps in front. Looking to find Ward there. Castaneda. Now Sanchez on the turn. Castaneda back for Sanchez, and now she's got daylight in front of her. Peterson trying to get back, and Sanchez will hold up. Now Peterson able to knock it away. We'll get to it.
Peterson with some good moves on there to keep Ashley Sanchez out of sorts. Takes a lot of work like that to push a attacking player like Ashley Sanchez away from the ball, and Peterson did really well to keep her looking at where she was going to go, and finally to win that ball back for the Gophers. While the UCLA retake possession here.
There's some good closing speed there from Peterson. Number 4, forward for Gray. Mace will just let this roll off. The 62nd minute. And offside. Nice little strike there from Bakken, but she was well off.
Tegan Micah showing off a little bit there, making the quote-unquote save. Minnesota just off there. We'll see here on the replay. There was a good ball in, but not enough, as the Gophers were a little too far out for a clean shot and the offside being called.
Great look by our crew there.
Molly Fiedler, the one to capture that ball when it was still onside.
Sanchez, a leading ball. Kuhn. Athens taps back. McCullough. Now Sheehan. Some pressure from the Minnesota forwards. And the Bruins will retreat a little bit more.
Both of these Bruins, right and left backs, Delaney Sheehan and Haley, really strong, which is making it tough for Minnesota to dispossess them. Which means the Bruins' back lines, at least on the wings, are pretty well covered off.
Mace stabbed it towards the outside, looking for Castaneda, but Windingstad steps in front. Now here's Bakken operating on the right wing, unable to hook up with Ward. Cut up. Now Sanchez. Sanchez, the run against Peterson. Save Nielsen right there on the back line.
Ashley Sanchez getting a lot of confidence in there. This little slip up from Minnesota defense gave her a good entry through. She came in through the right and took that strike. But Maddie Nielsen there to make the save. As we'll see here on the replay, just so quick. Nothing doing for the Gophers defense right now. On target as well.
Nielsen with save number 8. Athens onside. Rotated over for Haley Mace. Porta gets the deflection back to the UCLA back line. 3-0 Bruins. If you're just joining us, UCLA with all 3 goals in the first half. Castaneda in the 4th minute. Olivia Athens in the 28th. And Haley Mace in the 35th. Sanchez with 2 assists. Viviana Villacorta and Delaney Sheehan also have an assist for UCLA. We've got a whistle and possession to UCLA. Now the Bruins will get a few subs on. Julia Hernandez, Sunny Dunphy, and Mary Carmen Reyes will all come in. We'll see Sheehan and Hernandez back up front as a striker. And then Reyes on the left side of the midfield.
We've seen Dunphy and really switch out really well over here, covering the other side while Haley Mace takes that role as the left back.
Here's Hernandez. And we called for a foul here as she's tangled up with Kuhn. Tried to will her way through, but could not.
See her on the replay, Hernandez getting the first touch, but going in a little too strong, giving the
Bruins are off.
I think Hernandez was well off there. The Bruins are switching their attack as Hernandez comes back on. She's a player who likes to attack far more from the center than the wings, like someone like Ashley Sanchez, who sort of takes the run through and uses her footwork to try and get past players. More of a straight-up player, just trying to force her way through with speed. So the Bruins may be looking to try out something new for the last 20 minutes or so of this match.
Here's Villacorta. Sanchez. Athens. Here's Hernandez onside. Hernandez straight away against Nielsen. She shoots. Just a second late reacting there.
And the senior from Spain will put UCLA up 4-0 as we head into the 70th minute.
Fourth goal of the year for Hernandez. The offense was slow coming for her this year. All 4 of these goals have come over the last few weeks. We'll see if they give Ashley Sanchez a secondary assist on that for what would be her 3rd assist of the evening.
Seems unlikely that they'll take a shot from here. We see Sunny Dunphy coming up on the near side, Ashley Sanchez as well.
And they'll just play it quick. Here's Albrecht. And passing wide. Bruins take the throw back, and Kennedy Faulkner comes back in for Sanchez.
Number 6, Kennedy Faulkner, replacing number 2, Ashley Sanchez.
Sanchez gets a breather. And they will give Athens and Sanchez assists on that goal. So a goal and an assist for Olivia Athens. And a 3-point night. Mace looking to push forward against Fiedler. And now rotated back for Windingstad. Out ahead of Bach. And Rodriguez gets some separation.
Lose it wide here with Tegan Micah booting the ball out, and this is a good opportunity for Minnesota to try and bring something up that's new. They haven't had many throw-ins from that far side near the Bruins box, and they have a hard time maintaining possession in the midfield.
Fleming on it now, leading Faulkner. Peter, while the team took their trip to Italy, she recovered in 5.5 months. Usual timetable is at least 9 months. That would put her missing the whole season. Potentially be able to come back and do any sort of athletic activity come December. But here she is. She's played most of the season and looks good as new out there.
Yeah, an ACL recovery in only 5.5 months is pretty much unheard of. As we saw her make a good bit of defense there, keeping Kennedy Faulkner from scoring as the Gophers try and come back from this 4-0 deficit.
A goal kick here for Micah. Dunphy leads it. Here's Reyes. Windingstad right there, overran it and then gets some help there from Kuhn. Faulkner. Back heel from Reyes. Dunphy will race to the corner. Now gives the heel back to Reyes. Flicks, head.
Good teamwork there from the Bruins. Marie-Carmen Reyes picked up that back heel from Olivia Athens, saw it coming and got that ball in for Kennedy Faulkner. Perfect positioning from the Canadian as well. A little too much force on that header and it sails wide. And Marie-Carmen Reyes trying to pick that back up, but a little bit too much power. Giving Maddie Nielsen the goal kick for the Gophers. Great stuff by the Bruins, and Gophers a little lucky there.
75th minute. UCLA 4-0. One more goal in this second half. Julia Hernandez, the senior from Madrid. Windingstad was there. And Nummerdor now. Windingstad pushed forward. Bakken over there. Now the pass intercepted. There's Villacorta. Fleming unable to turn. Good body there from Windingstad.
Watch the Gophers here as Gray moves up the near side. They might try and attack from the left wing.
Albrecht trying to go up that left side. Windingstad, another dispossession. Giving on back to Peterson. And now here's Kuhn. Sophomore from Colorado Springs, has been starter for every match this year. Yakorta, Faulkner, boxing out, Kuhn. Peterson gets there first.
Wow, tactical roll through there by Faulkner.
In the 78th minute.
Sanchez already factoring heavily into this match. Let's see what she can do with 13 minutes to go. Whether UCLA's two new players will make a difference.
Foul against UCLA. It looks like UCLA is going with a three-player back line right now with McCullough as the lone center back and Mason Dunphy the outside backs.
You're seeing Bellinghausen's come up to assist Julia Hernandez. Faulkner's up there as well, so they're going 3-4-3.
Throw-in coming for Minnesota. It's Nikki Albrecht. Remember the conference all-freshman team 2 years ago, and I want to talk about longevity. She has started every game since joining this Minnesota program. Here's Reyes. Fiedler. And we continue play. Windingstad forward for Bakken. Now this is Langdock getting one off, and Micah has it on a hop.
We saw Megan Scudero there on the far side. She was moving back a little bit, giving...
On that far side of the field, it'll be to the Bruins, and Scudero, the transfer from San Diego State, comes forward.
This throw-in, not even a selection by the UCLA recruitment team. She came to the school purely for academics and made it as a walk-on.
This is her 11th appearance of the season, and one of the faster players on the team.
Watch this near side as Sunny Dunphy and Ashley Sanchez make room for themselves.
McCullough pushing towards Bellinghausen, hops away from Kuhn. Forward. Reyes will get back to that ball. Now towards the back line. And off. It'll be a corner though for the Bruins. It's their fourth of the match, but a chance to work on set pieces here.
Great run in there by Marie Carmen Reyes. She ran around a few of those Gophers defenders. And, for someone her size, she certainly has a lot of strength on her. Didn't allow herself to be pushed off the ball. Now have a corner with Ashley Sanchez moving up to take it. Interesting to see that the Bruins aren't at all backing down with this 4-goal lead. They're always looking to get more, which is something other teams need to be worried about. There's Kaya McCullough getting the ball back to Haley Mace. Great defense as well from the Bruins this game, with Minnesota never really getting a good shot on.
3 total shot attempts for Minnesota. 2 of them on. So this stretch of what's about to be 11 wins for UCLA in a row. You go back at the start. Fiedler chasing on after it and able to get it back here to Albrecht.
Bellinghausen is again working to keep that ball from getting past midfield. See, the Bruin front line has a habit of sort of acting like defenders and managed to win the ball back quite a fair bit when they're doing so. We see Bellinghausen giving chase here.
By Hernandez. Sanchez has it deflected off by Hesselin.
Sophomore striker there, who also has a goal of her own, and UCLA once again 5-0 up in an NCAA game.
Comes over to the near side as Danny Satterwhite's match after that latest goal. Comes forward for Bellinghausen. You know, Minnesota making a push here with 3 minutes to go. Little give and go is behind Fiedler from Bakken. Nielsen for 2 more years. She's just a sophomore and she's been sensational this season.
As much as maybe the scoreline doesn't reflect it here, UCLA had just some really crafty offense. She had that one slip up at the beginning of the game, but either way, Maddie Nielsen, a stellar performer for Minnesota. 4 shutouts before this. I think what we didn't get was I think Danny Satterwhite has come on for the Bruins. She's out there in defense. And even though the Bruins are bringing on a defender, we see them, Izzy Bellinghausen, almost another goal-scoring opportunity. Bruins just relentless here, as they need to be to go far in this tournament.
What everyone else is doing, and just seamless offense from the Bruins as of late.
Yeah, it just looks like when one player gets the ball and they tap it somewhere, or they already there. It's like they're moving as one unit rather than as a series of individual players. We've seen, even with changes, people coming on and off, a lot of substitutions, a lot of losses earlier in this year, and UCLA are just able to cope. The Bruins here with their second straight 5-0 victory, and they will head on this Sunday. Viviana Villacorta scored the first goal.
Yeah, that graphic is incorrect. Chloe Castich. Seems like they found a really solid back line after lots of different plugging and playing early on in the year.
Exactly. They got a lot of experimentation done when May back. We've got Mesa on one side, Delaney Sheen on the other, sort of running up and down the wings. And Kaya McCullough and Karina Rodriguez just solid there as the two center backs. And of course, Tegan Mike is always there at the last stop. She didn't have to do much saving today, but we've seen she's a real wall for the Bruins. So as much as we laud this Bruins offense, they're very well-rounded and dynamic team moving forward.
So once again, the final score, UCLA 5-0 over Minnesota. It will be the Bruins against